Hi everyone, welcome to Kings in the Kitchen 6. We send love and blessings, Sue and I, and we hope that you're well, that you're safe, that you're being looked after if you're a bit vulnerable, or if you're not, that you're looking after somebody else and reaching out to those around you. Don't forget the government's recommendations: stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. Of course, we're all very sad about Boris Johnson right now, aren't we? And other government ministers who have been self-isolating, and especially Boris as he's in intensive care in a hospital in London. So please remember him in your prayers. It's good and it's biblical to pray for our leaders. So let's do that. My role today is to just remind you of some of the things that are going to be happening over the next few days. So I'd like to invite you to a prayer meeting tomorrow evening on Facebook. So I hope you'll be able to come to that. You can just find us on Facebook. We did it a fortnight ago and it was really, really good. Some people had some words and we shared those around, and we prayed for one another, and we prayed for certain situations. So please find us on Facebook, and we'll be meeting together and enjoying some prayer time. Good Friday, 10:30, will be somewhat different because it will be from here in the kitchen. So it'll be Good Friday in the kitchen. And we've got all sorts of things for you. We've got a really interesting service. Of course, Friday is a bit more solemn and a bit more somber. I don't quite know why we do that, because of course Jesus' death means that we're never going to die. So because his death stands for us. But we do get a bit somber and a bit solemn about death. His death was particularly gruesome, although we're not going to be concentrating on that. Of course, and that's Friday, but of course Sunday's coming, and we know the end of the movie, don't we? We know that Jesus rose from the dead on Easter Sunday, and we'll be celebrating that together at 10:30 on Easter Sunday. It'll be a family service, a bit of all age for everybody. We hope that we're going to even try and be a little bit interactive and see how we get on, but it's going to be something for everybody. So I hope that you'll be able to join us on those three occasions, and the prayer meeting on tomorrow, Good Friday, 10:30. It's not going to be live, but we are going to be here. So if you have any feedback, you can let us know. And obviously Easter Sunday too.
Hi everyone. I've had a number of conversations recently about how the government is going to help people who are vulnerable in this situation that we're in now, the coronavirus situation. And I had one particular conversation with a guy who was talking about what he called the shielded ones. And apparently that's what the government call people who have had a letter and are particularly vulnerable to the virus that's going around at the moment. So this guy was telling me about the benefit that being a shielded person brings in terms of local authority provision and the help that they can get. And I thought, shielded ones, they've taken that phrase from the Bible. And it set me off thinking about what it means to be a shielded person. And two verses popped into my mind. The first one is Psalm 91 verse 4, where it says that he, that is God, will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. How good it is to know that we have a faithful God who promises to care for us in each and every situation. He's a rock, someone who can be trusted. His love never fails us. And we need to keep hold of that in the situation that we're in now. The second passage is in 1 Peter chapter 1. And these are some amazing verses. I love these verses. Say, praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead, and into an inheritance that can never perish, spoil, or fade. This inheritance is kept in heaven for you, who through faith are shielded by God's power. And if we know Jesus, if we've turned to him, accepted the forgiveness that his death on the cross gives us, and are following him, then we have an inheritance in heaven that's kept for us, shielded by God's power. What a blessing it is to be a shielded one when it's God who's shielding us. He doesn't promise us an easy life and riches here on earth, but he does promises to care for us, and he promises us a home in heaven. Everyone who has faith in him, who has faith in his son Jesus Christ, will have a home in heaven. We might be finding this life tough at the moment, but this isn't all that there is. We've got something to look forward to, something amazing, something that will blow our minds when we get to heaven and we actually see what God has prepared for us, and we look at Jesus himself and say, thank you for saving us.